I want to bring in Marc Faber. We finally got him on the phone, author of the Gloom, Boom, and Doom report, editor and publisher there. Marc, how do you feel about these markets? At least in the U.S., we've recovered more than 90%, 93% of the U.K. vote losses just on the Dow alone. So it seems like people are getting their confidence back.
Yes, I'd like to say regarding the confidence, I'm not so sure. Because if you look at the performance of Treasury bonds, they would indicate that there is a sense that the economy is weakening and that there are problems in the financial system. Also, if you look at the performance of European bank stocks, they are horrible performers. So the confidence coming back, I'm less sure. But clearly, Brexit means more money printing by central banks. They will continue to intervene, and I think before the year end, we'll have some form of QE4 in the U.S.
So you think that John Hilsenrath is going to get in here. You think that the Federal Reserve goes the other way and actually starts buying bonds again. And I want to point out, in terms of fear out there, we had the Treasury, the 10-year Treasury, the yield on it at the end of last week was 1.44%. And I believe it's fallen below 1.4%. So we're looking at multi-year lows on the 10-year yield, John.
Correct.
Well, so I want to ask Marc, the Fed officials I talked to put a very low probability on the U.S. going into recession again this year. Janet Yellen said this in her testimony to Congress last month. What do you think is the risk that the U.S. goes back into recession in the next 12 months?
I'd like to say that all recessions have come unexpectedly to most strategists and economists, and certainly to government officials. The Fed was fast asleep ahead of the 2007-2008 recession. So the fact that they assign a low probability to a recession doesn't give me any comfort at all. I think the problem will be if there are no additional QEs around the world, not just in the U.S., but around the world, is that asset prices will no longer go up. And we've seen this already in London properties, in New York properties, and that this will have a negative impact on the economy. The recession, in my view, is not going to come from really the economy per se, but from asset price deflation.
Mm-hmm. Marc, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. Always good to hear that voice. Marc Faber of the Gloom, Boom, and Doom report.